Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, how is everyone? Can you hear me? Let's see if you can hear me. If you can hear me and see me fine, please put a 1 in the chat. If you can hear me and see me fine, please put a 1 in the chat. How's everyone doing today? Hello, Unbiased LLC. Hey, Queen, how are you? Lydia, can you? Thank you. Hello there. I am Cole. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you all can see me. Hello, hello. Good to see you guys. Welcome in. Hello, JK Gardner. How are you? Thank you. Thank you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to a conversation with Crystal. Listen, if you are watching the replay, I want to welcome you in. Yes. Hello, Sammy Joe, 1982. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Kane 1906, how are you? I am glad that you can make it to the live. I think this may be your first live. Welcome into you. Good to see you too. Good to see you. How is everyone doing tonight? How is everyone doing? Nikki Walker, how are you? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Hello, KJ's Healthful Living. How are you? Good to see you, daughter. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Glad that you can make it in here tonight, too. Soil to Success. Hello there. Like the new channel. I'm loving it. Soil to Success. Hello there. Cassandra South Fulton Garden. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Growing What I Eat. Hello. Hello there. How are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Kenyatta's Journey. Hello. 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 GT Junior, Grows it Alaska. How you doing? How are you? Good to see you. It's so great to see everyone in here tonight. David Corey, how are you? Hey, hey, hey. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you all have fared well with the weather this week and this weekend, and the weather that's still going on. I hope that you all have fared well. Sammy Joe, are you in Canada? Did I hear you say that on your video? Mike's Chaotic Gardening, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Yes. White Sock Tactical Solutions. Hello there. Hello there. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Really good to see you. Hopefully you can add quite a bit to the conversation that we will be having tonight. White Sock Tactical Solutions. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I hope you all have fared well with the weather. I know in Myrtle Beach, they had a tornado to come through, and so many other areas have flooded along the East Coast. I think there's some things going on along the West Coast. So I hope that everyone's doing well. And the snow, Happy Mac's not in here yet, but hope that the snow didn't affect you all that much, and you all did not have any major issues. Yes, I hope you all did not have any major issues. How's everyone doing today? Yes. Mike, are you still having snow where you are? You know, we are still pretty cool right now, and tomorrow is actually supposed to be our coolest at 22. I'm not sure where you all are and if you all are experiencing a lot of this cold weather. And I think that's relative depending on where you live, you know. So again, I hope that everyone is staying dry and warm, right? You know, last week we had a lot of people talk about a lot of different things that they wanted to talk about. They wanted to talk about the movie, one of the movies that's out there right now, supposed to be 29 tomorrow in South Georgia. Okay, that's pretty cool for South Georgia too, isn't it? We're supposed to get down to 22. It's cold today, 17, but it's been warm the last 2 weeks, and Christmas is going to be 46. So your temperature is going up, Mike. Wow. GT, how is it where you are? I'm very interested in that. Wellness with Frugal Mama. How are you? How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Lydia, you said that it's 43 in Richmond, was 50 during the day today. Okay, okay. So Richmond's not experiencing. Did you have a lot of the rain, any of the flooding that we had in this area? Normally sub-zero where you are, Mike. Oh, wow. Yeah, this temperature is definitely doing a number on different people. Wellness with Frugal Mama, glad to know that you are doing well. Yes, yes. Yes, she is saying greetings to everyone. You're listening. How's it out in California? I am Koa. How is it out there where you are? J3, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Snowing a little bit today. Okay, okay. Well, I know that you are definitely prepared where you are, GT Junior. I know you just have to be. Okay, I appreciate it. Lurking and listening. Good, good. I hope that something that we discussed today will definitely help your your cold, but to us it's fair weather. Yes, yes. You're probably in what, the 50s or something like that out in California where you are. Yes. So wanted to, I usually talk about different scams that people want me to talk about. I did see some scams, but honestly, I forgot all about the scams. And so if you all have any scams that you want to announce or talk about, feel free to do so to let people know. If you are seeing any that are going around. Got to use the new snow blower yesterday. All right, you got a few inches yesterday. It rained a few minutes. Okay, so you got some rain also. Okay, okay, and some snow. That's the thing, is slippery. It gets very slippery with the ice. That's the one thing. I'm okay with a little bit of snow, but not the ice. I did not like living in the snow in Michigan. Didn't like it at all. Hello, Maria Graham. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Now, want to talk about a few things, guys. You all remember we talked about preparedness, and one of the things that we talked about before, several people wanted to talk about the movie Leave the World Behind. Did any of you see the movie? Did you go back and watch the movie or know much about the movie Leave the World Behind? I know I Am Cole, you talked about it and you said that you wanted to talk about it. I know that Pescatarian Gardner, she wanted to talk about it. She's not here yet, but she wanted to talk about it. Yes, leave the world behind. David Corey, did you get the chance to see it? You loved it? Yes, you did get a chance to see it. You watched it twice. Nikki, you watched it twice. Hello, Francesca. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. I know you said that you weren't able to watch it, but you still wanted to listen and talk about it. Haven't seen it. Okay. Okay. We may have some spoilers for those that haven't seen it, but not a whole lot, hopefully. So, you watched it twice. You did get a chance to watch it twice. If people aren't preparing now, is a good time. That is so true, Nikki Walker. You've watched some of it before, and it is fairly good. Yes, yes. I think people are getting their own information. Great movie. Just look for hidden messages. That is so true, David Corey. There are so many hidden messages in the movie. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. There's so many hidden messages in this movie and so many takeaways, and I certainly really enjoyed the movie. There are so many movies very similar, but this movie at this particular time was a very, very good movie. Obey Nassau. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. But yes, that the movie really had three major messages for me. What did you all take away from the movie? Your main takeaways from the movie for those that did get a chance to see it. Preparedness is key. Preparedness is key. And did it make you think? That's the one thing I think that was important about the movie. I think that it made people think. I think it has made people think. If you're not prepared, to be prepared. And there's so many things, guys, that I forgot about that happened, like the incident in Cuba, with the noise, or with the damage, the brains. You all remember that? I didn't remember that. I had forgotten all about that. The things that we cannot see, the things that we cannot see. In 2016, the Havana syndrome. I had forgotten all about that. Do you all remember that? Don't always think people are crazy if they say things to you and you may not understand. Exactly, David. Exactly. Exactly. You have to, and children can be wise. Children can be wise. Sometimes they know some things. Yes, knocks your teeth out. Yes, yes, that part right there. And then and isolation. Isolation. Be prepared to be isolated. Yes, warfare with the noise. Exactly. Exactly. And I thought that it was interesting that it was noise. It wasn't like the Havana syndrome when there was no noise at all, Electric cars. Did you all see those Teslas? Self-driven cars. And I know that happened before. I think it may have been in California when the cars were blocking the highway. I think that's one of the things when they first started with the self-driving taxis and things like that. As they started that here in my area, they're testing it. I tell you one thing, I really don't want to get in a car. Don't plan on getting in a car where you have to, where it's going to drive me on its own. I need to see somebody driving the car, And the other thing, it just, shows how dependent we are on technology. You think that there were some credible information, especially knowing, yes, the Obamas had a part in it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the people don't fly planes. Yes, satellite. The satellites do a lot, and if the satellites are out of orbit or not in order, then you have a problem. Because that was one of the things that I thought a lot about, David. Guys, the satellite radios. I almost bought some satellite radios, but in this particular movie, satellite radios didn't work. So you have to make sure that you have quite a bit of backup. And Whiteside Technical, that's one of the things that they had ham radios. Whiteside teaches that how to operate and pass the ham radio test. And so Whiteside, they're in here. Whiteside Tactical, if you're still here, they teach a course on that. And that's one of the things that was still working was the ham radios. The ham radios. It made you go back over your plan with your family if something did happen. That is the key. That's the key. You were getting this garage together. Okay. That's the key. Make sure that you have a plan. Expect for communication to not be up, Expect for your communication not to be working, and therefore make sure that you have a plan. I was talking to someone that very seldom talks about this sort of thing, but saw the movie and told me that they were having a family meeting with aunts and uncles and brothers, sisters, cousins, so they could get a plan together. And so that's very important too, is to make sure that you have a plan. Hello, Grace, guys. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. And to know that you have one person that owns the Starlink, that's very scary also. That is, yes, your power keeps going out. The winds are very high. Next time your computer goes out, you're just going to leave it. You're just going to listen. I understand, Sammy Joe. I understand. And that's the key. I know that you're prepared as well. That's the key, is to make sure that you are prepared for these power outages that we will have. You'll stick to the real person driving. You too prevent job shortages and having real people driving. No such a thing as satellites in the skies. When the satellite radio didn't work, it made you scratch your head and think you got to figure something else out. Yes, Yes. Hello, sweet thumb. How are you? How are you? It's just like the GPS and the GPS not working. Listen, guys, I have to tell you, last week there was this, I think this was Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Tuesday or Wednesday, there was a major accident on the highway. And I take that highway on my way home from work. And of course, I wasn't going to take that highway. I had to use my GPS. And I tell you, when I tell you that I used my GPS, I thought it was going to take me a different route that I knew, but it did not take me that route either. I went on roads that I did not have a clue about. And I tell you, I thought a lot about this movie because I had no idea where I was. I was relying solely on the GPS. In all honesty, when I started to think about it, I got a little nervous because I was on a lot of back roads. I went way out past my area to come all the way back. And several of us, evidently we all took the same routes because we talked about it, went on back roads, old country roads that I had never seen before, didn't know anything about. And so I was very, very nervous about that. And I did think about, if my GPS went out, I'd be lost because I had no clue. Now I did turn off the GPS and I started it back just to make sure that I was going to my house because that's how far it took me out, just to bring me all the way back. But all of the major roads were shut down. And so you have to think about that. And I did think about that, if the major roads are shut down, I didn't have a paper map with me. And that's the one thing that I thought about is that I need a paper map to be with me. I always have a walking map. I do have a map that if I had to walk, I could do that, but I didn't have the map to drive. So I have to get another physical paper map because I'm relying solely on the GPS every day. You've gotten too comfortable with not having a map in your vehicles also, Nikki? Yes, and so I have to do that. Well, thank you, David. Uh, no, I wouldn't say I was a teacher. Maybe I did work in the schools for a little while, but I appreciate that. Thank you so much, David. But yes, that's the thing, is to get your paper maps. If you are a person that celebrates Christmas and you ask for things, if you're asking for those prepping gifts, I know my daughter asked for some of those things, and just things like lanterns, oil, lights. One of my coworkers came to me today. I asked them to if they were going to watch the movie, and they watched it over the weekend. And what he told me was that he got the first thing he did after watching it was to order a satellite or a solar radio. So he didn't have a radio, any type of backup radio. And so he did order one of those. And then next thing he told me he did was to go to the bank to get $1,000 out of the bank. So you want to make sure that you guys have some money at home as well. They are a AAA. You bought two sets for your cars. You okay? You got the ones. I understand now. You went to AAA and got the maps. I need to go ahead and do that too. I definitely need to do that. Do people still know how to read exactly the paper maps? Yes. Soil to Success, that's one of the things that my husband was excellent at, was reading maps. I was never excellent at it, but he always read maps. And so that's one of the things that I need to do again, is to get myself familiar with reading maps and to continue to start taking maps along with me, because I will say it was very unnerving driving this past week, just following the GPS, taking roads. Some of the roads, I was the only person on the roads, and it was uphill, downhill, in a curve. It was very scary until I did see a UPS driver. And once I saw the UPS driver, I was like, okay. I felt so much better at that time. But yes, we have got to be very careful. You seem very wise in teaching on your videos. Oh, thank you, Francesca. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Hello, RX Nails. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in, Barb Brownlee. Hello there. How are you? Windy, very cold, and getting some lake effect snow. Wow, you be careful out there. You be very careful. I know you're prepared as well. A compass as well. Learn that compass. Yes, now I keep a compass in my bug out bag, but you're right. It doesn't do me any good if I don't know how to use it. You homeschool 4 of your 6 children and you teach them paper and a good slate boards work good. That's very good. That's very good. You're teaching them some very useful things. So I like to hear that. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Hello, Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD chick. How are you? How are you? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Welcome in. We are really just talking a bit about the movie Leave the World Behind and some lessons that maybe we have learned from it for those of us that saw it, things that we can share, ways that we can help others. Homeschooling is the best. David, did you homeschool or were you homeschooled? Yes, that is great because you can teach so many different things uh, through homeschooling. You really can. Yes, yes, yes. You were lost at the end of that movie. Yes, you homeschool the everyday life of an OCD chick. So that's the one thing we're talking about, reading maps, being able to read a map, being able to read a compass. It was, and it was New York. Yes, they were in New York. That's the key to be when you're in the cities, you have to be very, very, very careful. About to cut your hair. No obvious sense. You learned about it. Yes. Yes. Homeschooling. I got you. Got you. Got you. And so that's some of the things that we wanted to touch on, and don't want to spoil the movie for a lot of people, but definitely if you get a chance to watch it, yes, talked about being in the cities, and you have to be prepared. You really do have to be prepared to be isolated and to be in isolation. Gotta instill values and morals. Absolutely. That is absolutely true. That's absolutely true. You gotta instill that. And you want to make sure that when you are talking, that you have a plan with your family, that you all know where to meet. Chivalry is not dead. Yes, got to make sure that you instill that, and one of the things, watch the movie, go around and look at some of the reviews. They're all over the place, but I think it's really, to me, a good teaching moment, a good learning, some things that you want to learn. Yes, an eye opener, isolation. And, think about it. That was only a few families, but that movie had a lot of takeaways in it. But you think about it, it was only two families that really was primary in the video. And then you think about the prepper, the person that was prepared, and people knew it, and are you going to be able to share? Will you be willing to share? Would you be willing to share your preps with people, or would you be, holding out, protecting your stuff and your family? Hello, Veggie Farming. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Well, it showed you never truly trust your friends. Well, and they weren't, that was the thing. They really didn't know each other. But you're right. Growing with Hudson. Hello, how are you? Hello, good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But yes, you're talking about Danny, the gentleman. Yes, he was, like he said, he was protecting his family. I am standing and I'm going to protect my own family. And that's what he wanted to do. Hello, hello, Yankee sister. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. And that's the key. And I will tell you what I the day after that, last week, last Tuesday evening, I went to Aldi. And guys, I'm telling you, I saw a gentleman. He came into the store and all he bought was 6 cases of canned goods. This gentleman bought 6 cases of canned goods. So we had 2 cases of carrots, 2 cases of green beans, and I don't remember the other 2 cases that he had, but I knew that this gentleman had watched that movie. And that's the other thing, and that's what causes shortages of food too, guys. I would not be surprised if there will be a shortage of food after more people watch this movie, because it makes you, think. But I will say this: make sure that you're not that it doesn't frighten you, And that was one of the things. If the movie frightens you, then you may not you're not prepared like you should be. Okay, if you are prepared like you should be, this movie is not going to frighten you. Did you see we need to get our hands on radiation meds? You can get some, but we overlook that part. Yes, I have mine. I have plenty of that soil in the soil to success. Make sure that you do have your iodine pills for sure. Uh, you still should be able to get them. What will happen, as you hear more and more people talk, people start to buy things if they don't have them, and once they continue or start to buy them, then that's when you have your issue with your shortages. And then you want to have something to be able to detect the radiation as well. So to success, you want to make sure that you can do that. Freaks you out. A lot of people, yes. Grow your own. And that's the key, David, is to grow your own. And then you do really need to be able to grow some things indoors. That's one of the keys, is to grow some things indoors. The signs from the animals, yes, veggie farming, the animals, they were all over the place. They had a lot of signs. But you think about it, that they led the girl, the young girl, they led her, and she was the one that was most intuitive. She was the one that was most intuitive. It was Yankee sister. That's how you like to stock up. You loaded up on that and get your mask. Yes. Animals, no, they really do. Hello, Gardening with Bernie. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Alberta Miranda. Hello. Hello, Albert. Good to see you. I think you may be new to my chat. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. That's right, GT Junior Grows in Alaska. We talked about that last week. Growing indoors, survival growing indoors. Hello, Harvey Container Gardening. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. We are talking about the movie. All of a sudden, it slipped my mind. Welcome in. Welcome in. And did any of you see the movie Mr. Robot? That's the other movie that I am going to go back and watch, because it is very similar. Very similar. And I am going to go back and watch that. Leave the World Behind. That's what we are. Thank you, David. That's what we are talking about, and talking about different things that the movie, insight that the movie had for us, insight, things that we can do, things that we took away from the movie, ways that we can help one another, things to prep with. Your wife and you were talking a while. What is the name? Leave the World Behind. Leave the World Behind. She says that she's going to watch. Very good. GT, that really, you guys will really enjoy the movie. I know a lot of couples that have watched it. Some have stopped the movie all the way through and have conversations about it. So absolutely, it is on Netflix. It's on Netflix, and it really is a good movie. Yes, it's on Netflix, and I don't know if White Sox Tactical is still in here, but White Sox Tactical, they do teach a course, and the course that they teach on ham radios and help you to prepare to get your ham radio license. And you don't have to necessarily have the license if there's an emergency. I have some back here, as a matter of fact, a couple of the radios back here. I still need to go ahead and finish my course with them and get it. Yes, the Obamas were producers of it, and with that credibility, it makes you think a lot more. And the actual director, he actually directed the movie Mr. Robot, which is, I haven't seen that movie, but I'm also going to watch Mr. Robot. There are some good ham YouTube channels. Yes, there really are. There are. And that's the one good thing to have. I'm like I said earlier, I thought hard about buying a satellite telephone. I'm so glad that I did not do that. You need to be prepared for living without hospitals or medicine. Grow your own medicine. Very true. Want to make sure that you're prepared, that you can, so that you can take care of yourself if you have to. If you need to be in isolation, you want to make sure that you're able to do that. Someone on here, I can't remember, there was a term that that you all used before, and I had to look it up because I hadn't heard that. But that is when someone calls the ambulance or the police and send them to other people's houses, doing things like that. So yes, Bougie is certified. She is, and she's the one that actually told me about Whiteside Tactical. And so I do like. I'm very interested in that. If you missed any, okay, GT is speaking to everyone. If he missed you, so Bougie is. Some conditions require medication that can't be grown. We're gonna have to do the best that we can gardening with Bernie. We really do. Uh, and try to do as best as we can while we still have opportunities to, and we still have, options to look up and research and do as best as we can. And if it's a medication or something that you have that you cannot grow and you must have it, do as best you can to stock up on it. Talk to your doctors, find a way to do that. If you have equipment that requires electricity, you need to make sure that you can take care of that too. Thank you. That's it. Swatting. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Robot is on Netflix also. Did you see that, Growing with Hudson? So I want to see that movie as well. So we need to make sure where welfare calls, yes, to check up on people. Yep. Yep. You tried to raise a lot of your own foods and you make 90% homemade things. That's excellent that you're able to do that. It really is. It really is. I want to work on reducing inflammation because that's the key to a lot of illnesses and diseases. And that's one of the things I want to work on, is reducing inflammation. A lot of times, especially when you get to be my age, doctors will say, oh, the inflammation, it's arthritis. Everything gets blamed on arthritis, but maybe it's not. So that's the one thing I want to work on. You missed what I said about the satellite phones. In the movie, they had the satellite phone. They went to get the satellite phones, but the satellite phones didn't work. And that was one of the things that I was saying that I was interested in purchasing at one time, was the satellite phones. But then it wouldn't do me much good if other people that I know didn't have the satellite phones. There were roughly $1,500 IMCO is how much there were. And so it wouldn't do me much good to have that. You don't have Netflix. Oh, okay. Okay. Ginger is good for inflammation. Thank you. Thank you. Several folks said that turmeric is good for inflammation. Yeah. Yeah. So I do have quite a bit of both of those, to tell you the truth. But every time you turn around, it's arthritis. Yes, reducing inflammation. It really, really is. I need to do that. Happy Mac, how are you? I was talking about you earlier, wondering if you got caught up in the snow. Hello, she is Sunshine. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. We were in here talking about Mr. Robot is on Amazon Prime. Okay, thank you, Veggie Farming. So I have both of those. So do both the turmeric and the ginger. Okay, okay. And then I understand with the turmeric, you need black pepper. Is that correct? Start to eat ginger. Now I drink ginger every day. Every morning, I drink water with some ginger and lemon in it every morning. And sometimes I'll throw in some of my apple cider vinegar. So I do drink that every day. Cinderboat, we are flooded. You are flooded out. I was wondering about you. Well, I hope that you are safe wherever you are. And guys, how did you all like the parable of the drowning man? Have you all heard that parable? I know Yankee Sister, you guys, I know that you all have. Thank you. Thank you. I know that you all have heard about that parable. You've learned what herbs fight against medicines that you take. That's very true. If you take any type of prescription medications, you do have to make sure that you're being very careful with the herbs that you may take. You have to make sure that that they don't work against each other for sure. So make sure that you do your research. Make sure that you do your research. Blueberries are good for information as well. You love blueberries. I have lots and lots of blueberries. Mac is in New York. It's up in you're in upstate. You had the worst wind and rainstorm that you wow, 2 hour delay for the schools. Blew your hoop house down. Oh no. Oh no. Did it tear it up or is it okay? Is it okay? Yes, stay safe. Stay safe. Hello, G Mama Grows It Harden in the Garden. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. So, yes, want to make sure that you do and can grow your own and start to look now in case we do have these power outages, in case there are internet outages, make sure that you have books, plenty of books. Hello, Broken Gardening. How are you? Good to see you. I am glad that you are catching my live as well. Your electrical, Happy Mac, your electrical panel got wet. Oh no. Oh no. Uh, Glad that everything is going to be okay. Glad that everything is going to be okay. You love the turkey tail mushroom video. You have so many plants that you had that have medicinal properties. We have to do our research. That's so true, Francesca. And yes, I did a lot of research on the turkey tail, and I actually have a tincture, and I know that there's a way to do the double tincture, and that's what I'm going to do with the turkey tail. I don't think I put a video out. Sometimes if I'm not positive, I won't do a video, and I do have a lot of videos that I just have not edited. So I need to edit a lot of videos as well. But I'm very pleased with the turkey tail. I was very pleased with that. And I hope that I'm able to find more and just start looking at things differently. Yes. You had to pull it down. Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow. Look at your satellite phone comment. Okay. 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 I'm sorry. Look at your satellite phone comment. Let me see if I can find it. I am Cole. See if I can find your I know that you asked about the satellite radio and in the movie they had I think they went to get a satellite radio, but the satellite radio was not working. That was the thing. I am Cole. The satellite radio just was not working. And because the satellite was not in place. The satellite was not in place. And so I'm sorry if I miss any comments. Turkey tail was yes, the turkey tail really was, and I had to do a lot to get it cleaned up. I did it. I'm so glad that I have it brewing right now. If you take veggie farming is saying if you take prescription medication for a condition, you want to always check for interactions with herbs for the same condition. You all hear that, and she's a pharmacist, so very credible, very credible. Veggie farming. If you take prescription medication for a condition, you want to always check for interactions with herbs for the same condition. Make sure that you do that for sure, guys. Because you don't want to make things worse. You know, there are so many interactions with even medications, prescription medications, the same producer. Yes, growing husband. That's one of the reasons I wanted to watch them both. So same producer for that one and Mr. Robot. That's one of the reasons that I definitely wanted to watch that. Soil to Success. You're talking about the storms. I hope that you're okay with the storm and your pile is doing well as well. You thought it was a phone, not a radio. So I talked about several different things. I talked about the ham radio, and which is different than the satellite phone. So those are two different things. That you just bought an analog TV off Nextdoor app, since just in case. Saw to Success. I still have an analog TV. Matter of fact, my husband and I were talking about it last night, because I don't know if you remember when we started with the other televisions. They gave out the coupons to get the free antennas for those analog televisions, and I still have those. So we are hooking those up so that we can just watch the regular TV on those as well. Yes, check with your doctors for sure. You're so very thankful that you're not on any medications. That is wonderful. That's wonderful. God is good to you. Amen. Amen. So keep an old TV in the garage. I have my old TV up in one of the rooms. I'm telling you, it is a blessing to not be on no medications. And we have to keep that as well, you know. Uh, and that goes for all of your health, your hearing, your vision, all of it, you know. It's great that you guys are not on any medications. Try to keep it that way. Do all that you can to keep your inflammation down. Inflammation, I tell you, that causes so many diseases, you know, so be careful with that. And yes, and the other thing that we'll talk about, for the ones who don't know, Soil to Success. Thank you for pointing that out. Micro Farmer, you all know Micro Farmer. Micro Farmer's new channel is Soil to Success. So listen, if you haven't subscribed or checked out Soil to Success, go ahead and do that. And also, any other channels on here that you do not subscribe to, check them out, guys. Have some excellent channels on here, some very knowledgeable people. There are people that do so many things on here. A lot of gardeners, excellent gardeners, a lot of folks that are into herbs, a lot that are doing, everybody on here just doing some great things. We have some devotional channels on here. So check out everybody. Hard to stay off of any meds. You can't say that. Well, I'll say, Yankee Sister, I think I did share this earlier this year or last year. I was on 3 meds and now I'm down to 1. So I am thankful. I'm very thankful for that. I want to, hopefully, I can get off this medication if I continue, if I do the things that I know I need to do. You know, I can come off of this medication too. Just have to do them. That's my key. Mr. Robot has 4 seasons. Okay, I thought it was a movie, Growing with Hudson. I didn't realize it was a television show or series. You show your canning pasta sauce. Okay, very good, Francesca. Very good. Thank you, Veggie Farming. Thank you, Veggie Farming. It really, it really was a task, but you know, it's very important. And the thing is, as I get older, I just, you know, realize uh things will come, but I have to stay in shape, have to do my stretching, have to do these things, you know. Um, if I want to continue to age as I do, you know, definitely is beating the alternative. And just to everyone just continue. A lot of people in here are younger, and a lot of times when you're younger, you really don't think a lot about it, and before you know it, all the food and everything like that, you know, you end up needing medication. So just take care of your health. Wellness with Frugal Mama. You need to come off of the iron that you're on. You know what to do consistently. It's, yes, Wellness Frugal Mama. That's one of the things. It is difficult. It really is. You know, when you know that you know what you need to do, it's just being consistent with it. You tried to look up herbs that change or help you with illnesses. If you can get the meds from the store, you read up on it and it might help. Yes, yes. Yes, I'm with you. There's our facts. If you're younger, stop eating the processed foods. Very true. Very true. Stay away from processed foods. Just, and pay attention to everything that you're putting inside your body. And now also on the outside as well. That's very, very true as well on the outside. And one of the things that's of utmost importance for us all is just some good old water, just some good old water. Drink as much water as you can. Drink as much water as you can. You just put it on your playlist from, okay, for more subscribers. Okay, okay. You're not eating processed foods helps you tremendously with stomach issues. That's really good, TLM. That's the key. That is the key to Mr. Robot is running on the USA network. Thank you, Growing with Hudson. We'll check that out too. Don't really know how buy herb books, have on hand just in case you have to find herbs to help you. Absolutely. Absolutely. And do always, always, always do your research. If you see me showing something, I tell you, I am definitely not a doctor. This is what I do for me, and this is what it's good for. Whether you're doing apple cider vinegar, whether you're doing different types of tinctures. I love making different types of tinctures. I talked about I didn't talk about it, the turkey tail. I'm excited about that. I really am. But I had to do a lot of research on that in order to go ahead and get that tincture started, because that's the one thing. Mushrooms, I'm definitely not an expert on mushrooms, and it was beautiful. If you saw it, it was really beautiful. Don't wait till things hit the fan. Just learn what you can do. Soil to Success, Micro Farmer, that is one of the biggest takeaways too from that movie. If you can recall, that's one of the things that she started going down her list of things to do. And if you wait until then, it's too late. And you don't want to run out to see what is going on. Let's run out and see what's going on. You really don't want to do that. You need to make sure that you have your plan right now. Even on ready.gov, even on ready.gov, they tell us how to get ready, and that we should be prepared, and things that you can get, and various things to prepare for. So make sure that you are preparing now, because if you wait until you don't have power, you don't have the internet, those sort of things, then you're going to be in trouble. Try to get everything that you can get now. Yes, the spicy foods. Hello, Juicing with Jay. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, you may. Yes, you certainly can. The everyday life of an OCD is chick. You certainly can. Some young folks think illnesses is only for the elderly. You have to remind them that there are teenagers with high blood pressure and diabetes. That is so true, Nikki Walker. That is so true. You lived a life of unhealthy eating growing up into your adulthood. You guess it's better to start eating. You better start eating better now. Listen, when you know better, you do better. When you know better, you do better. So that's one of the keys, is to do that. You've been doing some research because you've not been well, so you wanted to get rid of inflammation, but water is a part of inflammation. Wow. Wow. Okay. So, and I did see, Growing with Hudson, you're learning a lot about your illness. And that's very important, is to learn about your illness. Hello, AOVO on the farm, Southern Illinois. How are you? How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. G Mama, you got some equipment to start growing your own mushrooms. I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see that. I have just a little kit, but I do have so many mushrooms out. And I will say that there is a mushroom club in my area. So that's the other thing, guys. look for these different organizations and clubs that are in your areas. There's a mushroom club in my area. The extension office, they have a wealth of knowledge, and it depends on, I am around one, two, three, at least four different extension offices, or from different counties, four different counties. And each of them, there's one that's near where I work. It's very, very agriculturally based. I know all of them are, but a lot of farms are in that area. And so they have a huge center. And I've gone into that center, and they're willing to help, and they know a little bit about everything. So take advantage of those resources, guys. Free resources. And then the mushroom clubs, take advantage of those, all the various clubs. There's, even at the extension office, if you want to learn to can, uh, go to your extension office. They teach it. A lot of it is free. They teach it. Some of them teach it for free. And you do need to go there to have your pressure canners, tested out. So make sure you get to know those places as well. Yes, take notes of YouTubers you are following to get help also. Yes, take notes, but always, always, always do your own research too. You're glad because you really don't want to get booted or something. Wow. Yes, yes. So just make sure, guys, that you are spores and what's the spores. I'm sorry, I'm reading. Yes, my issue was making sure that that the mushrooms were not poisonous, because there are so many lookalikes, and that's why it's important to get involved with folks that know what they're doing, because there are so many lookalikes, so many poisonous plants out, and I do not want to take that chance on one of those poisonous plants around. Yes, and a lot of them are definitely edible. But then remember, there are a lot of lookalikes too. So you want to make sure that you're very careful with that. Free pressure canner. Yeah, they test your pressure canners there. So you want to get to know those folks. They will also, they do have classes, pressure canning classes. Look them up and look at all the various classes that they have. They teach you husbandry, animal husbandry, uh, chickens, raising chickens. There's so many there. Those folks want to teach you what they know, and so that's really good. Hello, Cato Family Farm. How are you? How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. We were on here talking about uh, the movie. We're talking about prepping, and your grandma ingested some hallucinating mushrooms. Oh, see, that's why you have mushrooms are very scary to me, and you really want to make sure that you are on top of the mushrooms. You know what you're taking or what you are eating. Mushrooms are very important. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD chick. And that was my thing. You have to make sure that you know what you are doing. Too many lookalikes out there. Now there may be some that don't have, there are some that don't have lookalikes. That's one of the things. I'm definitely not an expert. And so I'm not gonna teach any classes like that. Even once, I did find out, and the turkey tail, it really is easy. Francesca talked, I think you said you have that. It really is easy to know it once you do the research. It was really, really easy to understand that that is what that was. So do your research, make sure that you're taking the right thing. Also been keeping classes. Yes, mushrooms are so interesting. You almost bought a grow kit also, but you wanted to research more. Yes. Yes. Pressure canning testing where, oh, it's at your local extension office, G Mama. So if you go to your local extension office, they'll test them for you for free. And they also have, a lot of them have free uh, classes on canning, preserving, and some may charge, but if they charge, it's minimal, 10, 15, 20 bucks. But they will test your pressure canner for you, your gauge, make sure that it's holding pressure. And you want to make sure that you're getting it. If you are pressure canning and you have the gauge, or the dial, I should say. If you have the dial, you want to make sure that you test that every year. You want to test that every year. They aren't fun. They're not fungy. You see, yes, yes. Living off the land and chicken of the woods, very distinctive. Yes, some of them are very distinctive, and so you got to know what they are. Yes, it's good that you do have a teacher and you have someone to teach you, and it's good to you guys to make sure that you are prepared. I had a few little questions that I was going to ask, some this or that type questions. What would you do, guys? Questions. And I'm going to ask a question and I will give you some A, B, C, D, E answers, and I'll let you all put your answers in the chat. So this is a question. You have a cell phone. Your cell phone has 5 bars. Now, this is if you're out camping, which of the following are legitimate reasons to call for a rescue? So this is if you are out camping, hiking, something like that. You're away from everybody. Okay. You're on the trail. You have a cell phone. You have 5 bars on your cell phone. Which of the following are legitimate reasons to call for rescue? A, you're lost on day 2 of a 5-day backpack. B, you fell 15 feet, got knocked out, then woke up woozy and confused. C, your hiking companion dislocated his shoulders. It's back in now and pretty sore, but your phone is working, so you might want to call then. D, it's just before dark. Your 6-year-old brother wandered away from the camp and he's starting to fall. Darkness is starting to fall. Or E, your new boyfriend was showing off when he pitched over a cliff with a full pack. He's conscious, but his lower leg is crooked and he's squealing in pain. Oh, thank you so much, Juicing with Jay. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. All of the above. B, possible concussion and significant head injury. It's what Whiteside Tactical Solutions. Whiteside, I was talking about you a little bit earlier in your ham radio classes. A lot of B's, some E's, some B and D's. Growing What I Eat is all. Some D's, definitely D. All of the above. Yeah, B, D, and E. Head injuries are always serious due to possible brain swelling. Small children risk of hypothermia because of their body to mass ratio. And the boyfriend is going nowhere with a dislocated leg fracture. All the above. So yes, that was interesting, Vice Chaotic Gardener, because that ended up being one. So Whiteside Tactical Solutions, I was talking about the ham radio classes that you teach. Do you have any new ones starting anytime soon? You have any new ones starting anytime soon? True or false? Hypothermia can be a risk in temperatures above 55 degrees Fahrenheit. True or false? You all, any of you know that the answer to that? Leave that boyfriend behind and get some help. Mike says true or false. You can true or false. Hypothermia can be a risk in temperatures above 55. It is true. Yes, it is true. If it's raining and windy, just like it is right now for a lot of us on the East Coast, just ask the Rangers, who happen to get those cases all throughout the spring. Yes, it's true. You better stay out of the woods, Yankee sister. Whiteside Tactical Solutions, they're saying that they are doing another virtual class and self pace courses. I still have to come back. Whiteside Tactical Solutions. They have great information. Bouger Prepper did go through Whiteside, and that's how I found out about them. I was telling you all. So Leave the World Behind, Grace. That's the movie that we were talking about. It's Leave the World Behind. True. It is, and it was true. Anything brought your core below 88 is what you're saying. Yes. True or false? This is one of the things we talked about. True or false? You can use your analog watch as a compass. Is that true or false? You can use your analog watch as a compass. Anything that brings your core below 88. Okay. Yes. Hypothermia. You need to have the course because that is the only prep that you don't practice. Yes, so go ahead and look at them. I'll try to post something about Whiteside in my community tab so that you all can go over. They do have a YouTube channel as well. What is an analog watch? Got you on that one. You can use your analog watch as a compass. True. You got true. Yes, true, but it hurts your brain. That is what. So let me see. What is the answer to that question? It's false, y'all. That answer is false. An analog watch can be used to find an approximate north and south during certain times, but it cannot determine direction with enough accuracy for dependable navigation. So said to take an alternative, which is a digital compass. And that's one of the things that we talked about earlier on. It was microfarmer soil. I'm sorry, your new channel. We talked about that. Yes. You better bug in. Have a plan to bug in. Most of us want to bug in for sure. Most of us want to bug in. I'm sorry. Grace, the movie is on Netflix. And it's called Leave the World Behind. And we did talk quite a bit about it. And I think it's had a lot of really good takeaways for us. It's a movie that was produced, executive producers, Michelle and President Obama. They were executive producers. And so it was really a good movie, had a lot of really good takeaways, things that we can learn from the movie. I shared that there was someone that was a prepper, and I actually last Tuesday, I saw a gentleman in the store, and all he did was he came in the store and bought 6 cases. He bought 6 cases of canned goods. Okay. And so that was very interesting. Analog watches are the regular, no digital watches. Most of us have digital watches now. Most of us have the digital watches for sure. Thank you, TLM, for saying that you were waiting for the explanation of an analog watch to be used as a compass. Yes. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. How are you doing, hands in the dirt? How are you? Good to see you. We are in here trying to help folks. 6 cases. What's he prepping for? It's probably what he bought at that time, is what I'm thinking, Francesca, because the movie just came out that Friday, and I do believe that some people, if the movie caused them to be fearful because they weren't prepared, if it's a movie, you got lost in basic training. Did you really, in the compass training? Wow. See, I may get lost as well. You still have your green military watch, J3. I may get lost as well. So do you use it? but you know how to use the compass. And that's the one things we said is to learn to use those things. I shared the story that this past week I had to go, I had to rely on my GPS to get home because the highway was shut down, and the alternate highway that I know, it was, I guess it was at a standstill because my GPS took me a route that I had not been on. And so, you know, I trusted and I relied on the GPS. And I will tell you that I was quite frightened about that. So it's important now for me. One of the main things is for me to make sure I get paper maps in my car, make sure I have paper maps. So, guys, look at that. Try to look at getting yourself some paper maps, okay? And have those maps in your cars or with you so that if something were to happen and you didn't have a map or your GPS, your phone, that you could get home or get wherever you need to go, because that's very important. So they're saying you can just not as accurately. Yes, it's better than nothing, but it's definitely not accurate. You tried to buy canned goods every other time you go to Costco, and that's good too, is to be able to do that. Thank you, Growing with Hudson. Growing with Hudson, she put up White Side Tactical Solutions. Thank you. And so they teach a lot of things on preparedness. They really do. And like he said, he's going to have his ham radio training. They'll have some virtual training and self-paced training as well. Yep, talked about that, having the paper maps and just trying to tell everyone. And a lot of people have some excellent ideas in here. Paper map of your area is in your trunk, but you've never opened it. Yeah, so you want to check those things out. Make sure that you can read the map. That's really key, is to make sure you can read the map. You had a really good group. That is great, Yankee Sister. I will say one of the things, my husband's retired also. And when we were training with our pew pews, one of the things that he told me, and you all probably that have been in the military will relate, he's like, Crystal, I'm not taking you training until you can take this apart and put it back together. You must be able to take it apart and put it back together. He said in the military, he said, if we couldn't put it back together, we couldn't use it. So that was first thing they had to learn. And so I appreciated that. It sits in the drawer, but not your compass, J3. Is that what you're talking about? Your compass? You got a lot of old Atlas highway maps. I don't even have any old ones. We used to have the big books. That was before the GP, before we had the phones, we had the big books, and we learned how to navigate, or my husband did with that. So you keep a map book in the trunk, and they do have the map books. You went from Michigan all the way to Florida. Oh, wow. Ron Hudson was that recently. That is great. You need a paper map. So put that down on your list, guys. And if you all have not watched the movie Leave the World Behind, make sure that you do that. It just makes you think, and whether or not you are watching for political reasons, spiritual reasons, or just to watch a good movie. And if you just see it as a good movie, that's okay too, Or if you see it as not a good movie, but it makes you think. I think for me, that's the thing, thought-provoking movie. You can read a compass and land information very well, land navigation requirement, very good, hands in the dirt. I know you military people, you can do all of that. And that is great. Teach your spouses how to do it. For those of you that know, teach your spouses, teach your children. Don't just let the information stay with yourself. Teach others. Yes, you have to practice. Yes, assembly and disassembly to make sure that you can do that. Hello, Citizen Saw and more. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. You have to put some toothpicks in your eyes tonight. Yeah. To try to watch the movie. Grace, you will enjoy it. You will enjoy it. You'll know what we're talking about, and it'll be thought provoking and actually help you to think about some things that you may need to do. You drove, and in 2007. Yes, I think, well, I can't remember when phones were so prevalent, but we are so dependent on these phones now. Keep a highlighter to highlight your destination. Yep, so that you know the roads that you're going to take. That's good too. But if you do have AAA, I think Iron Cola reminded me of that. If you have AAA, go ahead and get the maps. I think they still have paper maps. I haven't been into AAA in ages. So if you have them, go ahead and get those maps. I used to use MapQuest too before before I had the phone and got on the phone for everything. I used it too. They do still have the paper maps, and I have them so close by. And if you have AAA, might as well take advantage of it. If you're not getting those tolls, to go ahead and get some of those maps while driving. Wives like sleeping instead of looking. Like to sleep, huh? No, I can't do that. I have to look. I have to know where I'm going. You like to keep your paper maps in the car, but you buy new ones and pick up new ones at the rest stops. Yes. 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 So yes, have to do all of that, guys. Gardening with Bernie. Sometimes you're driving and relying on GPS and wondering, is she taking you the right way? Gardening with Bernie, that's exactly what happened to me. I was just going so far out. I went ahead, I actually stopped the GPS and I started it again. But what it ended up doing, because all the roads were shut down, a lot of traffic, it took me really far away from my home area, and it brought me back around. I went into areas that roads that I'd never been in all my life. And I was excited when I saw a UPS truck, and I thought, okay, okay, or was it UPS? It was a UPS truck. You saw a lot of candidates get kicked out of the school because they couldn't pass land navigation. Oh wow, I felt sorry for them. And they ended up kicked out. Wow, wow. Yeah. So it's important to learn those skills. That's a definite skill, hands in the dirt. Um, that's a good skill to have. Make sure that you teach it, passing it on for sure, for sure. Your older cat has a your older car. I'm sorry, your older car has a CD or player, set of GPSs. So if the roads haven't changed, I got you. The roads haven't changed that much, then you would be okay. I understand. You have a very old Garmin that you never use. You still prefer the paper, and if it doesn't help, you stop and ask someone because it's good to get out for you to socialize. I tell you one thing, Francesca, where the area that I was in, I was not about to get out of the car. I prayed to, please, Lord, I'm take the wheel, get me home, because the areas that I was in, the highways, those old back roads, no, no, no. I did not want to get out and have to ask anybody for direction. So I was thankful, very thankful, when I got to an area and I finally knew where I was at, Not some map book. Yeah, yeah. You really want to make sure that you really don't like technology. So it was last start to using certain things. Your car has a GPS in it. You still don't get Alexa or any of those things. Yeah, you don't want to start relying too heavily on it. I think about the Teslas that was in that movie, the self-driven cars, all of that. You vacuum sealed the map and compass in your bag, but the map was already old. You need to get a new one. Yes, sweet thumb. You need to get a new one with your Q. You're with your Q. You just know, you're with Q. Yep, yep. So that's going to be some of our goals, guys. Before the new year, we only have a few weeks. Go ahead and get yourself some maps. Learn, if you don't know how to read the maps, get the map and learn how to read it, especially take an area that you already know. That's the key. And that was one of the things for my husband and I, when I was started using the GPS, he said, go an area that just look at it, make sure that it's right, and that way you'll learn to be able to trust it, because I didn't trust the GPS. And so I'm like, is it going to take me the right way? I'm not sure, but you can always print maps. Yeah. You have a new Rand McNally Road Atlas last year for Christmas. And that's really good, Gardening with Bernie, to be able to have those as well. You can get those off Amazon or bookstores, different places. You don't trust it either. Yeah, yeah. So make sure, guys, that you do that before the end of the year. Let's get maps so that we have paper maps in case we need it, and we're not stuck somewhere like I was. Although my GPS did bring me back home, had something happened, I would not have even known where I was to tell anybody. Of course, yes, it's brand at AAA. Okay, that is a really great gift idea. It really is a great gift idea. You and so, yeah, but and if you have AAA, go ahead and get those maps. Get those maps for free. Okay, and that will definitely help you guys out. So listen, guys, I want to do a giveaway before I get off. This may be my last live stream for the year. I'll at least schedule. I'll let you know. It'll be on my community tab. I'll let you know that. But I do want to do a cash app before I get off. Um, this will be a $20 cash app, guys. A $20 cash app. And listen, you know, I like to do my numbers. I like to do my numbers. And so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to do a number. And this will help you all to be able to get something to prepare yourself with. Okay. This will help you to get something to be able to prepare yourself. So I'm going to do the number. Numbers from 1 to 100. Whether you can get whatever you want, whether you want to get some seeds to grow indoors for this indoor growing challenge. So from 1 to 100. And this is a giveaway that is not sponsored by anyone. I am doing this myself. Okay. Uh, I do think that I saw my number already. Let's see. God, I am going to say stop because I do see my number up there. I do see the number. It is 22, guys. 22. Congratulations to, I believe it's Mike's Chaotic Gardening. Mike, go ahead and send me your cash app. If you don't mind, go ahead and email it to me. Congratulations. Congratulations. You want to pass it to G Mama? Great. G Mama, can you go ahead and send me your cash app? Congratulations. G Mama. G Mama is always giving away things. She is always giving things away. Yes. So, G Mama, can you please send me your cash app? Thank you, KJ's Healthful Living. Whole New Perspective at gmail.com. Whole New Perspective at gmail.com. Cash app. It's an app on the telephone. It's an app. So you're not familiar with Cash App. So it's not a gift card. I think people can get credit cards with that, or a card like a credit card to be able to use it like that. But it is an app it's an app that similar to, I think, something called Venmo, a way to transfer money. I'm sorry. It was 22 growing with Hudson. Can you see that? Yes, it was 22. Sorry about that. So thank you so much. Congratulations, Mike and G Mama. Go ahead and send me your information. Yes, 22 was the number. Growing with Hudson. So listen, guys, before we get off, anything you all want to discuss, anything further, you're not familiar with it. So make sure that you get to know someone on the live chat that you don't know. Get their information. Go ahead and check out these channels. If you're interested in the ham radio certifications, I think Growing with Hudson put that information up there, but I'll go ahead and put it on my community tab as well. Yes, be safe out there, everyone. Have a wonderful Christmas. Uh, and happy holidays. I'll be around. I don't think I'll be going live, or at least on my schedule, but I'll put that on my community page as well, you guys. So have a wonderful, blessed Christmas. I appreciate and love all of you. Thank you, G Mama. I have it. So I appreciate you guys. Everyone, take care, be safe. Make sure that you are preparing for everything that you can possibly prepare for power outages, things that are normal to happen. Prepare for your power outages. Make sure you have plenty of water, food, meds, shelter. If you're in the cold, make sure that you have a way to heat your home. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you so much. Happy holidays, Gardening with Bernie. And I really appreciate my moderators. Thank you so much, Growing with Hudson. Kenyatta's Journey, Merry Christmas to you. Take care. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yankee Sister, safe holidays. Thank you so much. If you all are having lives, please make sure you put that down into the chat. I think that Wind Down Wednesday is still happening. I think they had their last chat on this past Saturday. Yes, have a happy holiday. Merry Christmas to you, Kenyatta. Safe holidays, Yankee Sister, Veggie Farming. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. Deuces, Gigi Grows it, Alaska. Grace Guys, Merry Christmas to you. Let me know what you think about the movie. Talk to you later. Sis, talk to you later. Merry Christmas and deuces to you, Mike. Have a wonderful night, Bernie. Gardening with Bernie. Take care. Happy holidays, G Mama Grows. Cato Family Farm. Happy holidays to everyone. Thank you so much. The Everyday Life of an OCD is Chick. Appreciate you, sis. Thank you for being such a great moderator as well. Harvey Container Gardening. Thank you so much. Hope you guys enjoyed the information. Thanks for sharing all of your information. I appreciate the conversation. It was a great conversation to have about the movie. Yes, happy holidays and a prosperous new year. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Amen. You all have a blessed evening, J3GS Farms, JK Gardner. Take care. Cassandra South Fulton Gardening. Have a good night. Happy holidays to you. Francesca, be blessed. And absolutely, thank you. Thank you. We'll be checking you out. TLM, happy holidays. Stay safe, everyone. Be blessed. Be blessed. Barb Brownlee, thank you so much. Take care. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Much love. We will see you in the new year. I may pop back up. I don't know, but just look on my community page. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful Christmas and a happy